All right, and we are recording. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Thursday Connect. I am your director, Michelle Brooks, and I am so excited to talk about transition tonight. I know that on our Facebook page, I did talk a little bit about transition, but we only have a week left in this catalog. And so there's a couple of things that I wanted to touch on tonight that I haven't touched on before. And then a couple of things, I know that several people on our team are not necessarily on Facebook, so they haven't seen some of the videos that I've posted. So I want to touch on some things that I've already talked about before, just to make sure that everybody gets that same information. Okay, and I'm trying to do a new thing with the videos. I'm trying to, in our Thursday Connects, I'm trying to keep them on the shorter side, like between 30 to 40 minutes. That way, anybody that is watching the recording, it's easier to sit and watch the recording. But if there are questions and it does go long, I'm not going to like cut it off right then. But I'm going to try to keep our training topics to on the shorter side, just so that we have, again, people that are watching the recording, they can fit it into their schedule as well. So, and of course, if you're on here live, which we have Amy here live, that is amazing. If you're watching the recording, that's amazing too, because anytime that you take the time to invest into you and into your business is the time that you have to grow yourself and to grow your business. So I really appreciate Amy being on here tonight, and also anybody that is watching the recording. I appreciate you taking the time to put into yourself and into your business. That says a lot about the direction that you are going as a person and as a Sensei consultant, and that is super exciting. A couple of things that I wanted to let you know. If you haven't already checked, I don't think that it's posted yet, but it will be posted here in the next few days. Your 1099 for your tax purposes. If you have made over $600 in commission in 2020, you will be 1099'd on that. And you can find that information in your accounts tab, which is the same place where you go to subscribe to your warmer and scent of the month. You scroll all the way down to the bottom and you will have access to your 1099. And those are accessible throughout the year and whenever you file your taxes, and they also keep a record. So you will have, like, for however long you're in the business, those 1099s will be available to you. So make sure that you're checking there. And then also, even if you do not make $600, you are still responsible for reporting that income on your taxes. Just because you don't get a 1099 doesn't mean it's free money. You still do have to report those. Okay, and if you are on Facebook, there is a Facebook group. I'm not sure. I know that several of our team members are in this Facebook group, but I'll post the exact name of the group, but there is a tax, I think it's like Tax and Cents, SCENTS. I think that's what it's called. On Facebook, that is geared, it's run by a couple of Sensei consultants who are also tax accountants, and they go in and they talk about things that you can write off on your taxes and the correct way to report those. I will, again, in our team page, I will post that link, and also when I send out this recording, I will post the link to that page as well. Unfortunately, if you're not on Facebook, you will not have access to that particular group. But if you are on Facebook, I highly recommend being part of that group, especially this time of year, because it's a place where you can go and ask questions and just really be prepared when you're either, however you're filing your taxes, whether you're filing them with an accountant or if you're filing them yourself. It gives you a place to start of there are several things with our business that you can write off. And then, of course, there is a tax document in our workstation as well that you can look at. I believe Jess, our Superstar Director, I believe she emailed that document out to everybody earlier this week. If you need a copy of that, again, it is in your workstation. So search tax document and you should be able to find that. It just gives you additional information on what to expect for that. And of course, right now, when we are in transition period, all of our wax is 10% off. So I wanted to pose a question. I know several people advertise on Facebook that they're with the 10% off sale, but I really want you to think about how it is that you're advertising that 10% off sale. Okay, one way that you can do it is if you do the math, okay? Since we're talking about taxes now, if you do the math on a $30 six pack, it is buy 5, get 1 free. That regular price is actually 20% off wax. Okay, when you divide that up and you do the math, it is 20% off wax. So that's a special that we have all the time, right? Right now, the 6-pack of wax, you can actually advertise as 25% off wax when bundled. And that sounds a little bit different than 10% off a 6-pack. It is 25% off when bundled. You get the bars at $4.50 instead of the regular $5. So as so that's really important. That's an easy way to market that sale to your customers. 25% off wax when bundled, and that also pertains to the 3-pack of bars as well. Okay, we always have that special, but right now, because everything is 10% off, it is actually a 25% off that wax. Okay, so one of the ways that you can look and reach out to your customers as far as the stuff that is going away, we have several scents that are going away. And if you've been a part of Scentsy for any length of time, you know that every 6 months we have a new catalog. So we have a group of scents that go away. Okay. It is in the fall and winter, they discontinue a lot of the fresh, a lot of the fruity, a lot of the clean. Those are discontinued going into the fall. That's when we're having our pumpkins and our apples and our pine and our cranberry. And then going into the spring, they discontinue all of that and they bring back the fresh and the fruity and the tropical and all of that stuff. So you will see when you get your testers that we do have a lot more fresh and fruity. So what I like to do is throughout the year, whenever anybody is asking for a particular scent, type of scent, I should say, like right now, people that are asking for fresh and fruity, I have to say, unfortunately, you know, we are limited with what we have to offer. However, I write their names down, and then as things release to the fresh and fruity, then I can say, hey, you know, I know that those are people that I'm going to reach out to about the spring catalog. And as we're leading out of spring and we're going into fall, right now they're discontinuing a lot of the spicy and all of that stuff. So people that like their spicy scents, I'm going to be reaching out to them towards the end of the season, you know, as it transitions. So really get to know your customers, and as we're going into new catalogs, figure out what it is that is really going to speak to your customer so you know exactly who to reach out to when that time comes. Okay. And so you can also go into your sales reporting tab. We all have them. And right now we have it's the reorder tab. So you can actually go in there and you can see anybody that has ordered from you in the last 6 months. I would recommend going into that reorder history, and any of those scents that are going away, reach out to that person individually and let them know that those scents are going away. Trust me when I tell you, I have made the mistake of not telling somebody that a scent was going away because I didn't realize it was their favorite. Maybe they bought it once or twice during the catalog season, and I didn't say, hey, the scent is going away. Do you want to stock up or add it to your Scentsy Club? And the next time they went to reorder and they were asking for a particular scent, and I'm like, that was discontinued. And it makes me look like I didn't do my job because they didn't know it was discontinuing, right? But if they know that it's discontinuing and they choose not to purchase it, then that's not on me. I did my job as a consultant to let them know that it's going away. And then in 6 months, if they ask for it, I could say, hey, no, remember I said that went away. So make sure that you're reaching out to those people. This is a great time to do some follow-up. Okay, a great time to reach out to your customers and just let them know. You don't have to say, hey, this scent, all these scents that you ordered are all going away, but just say, hey, I was going through my orders history and I noticed that some of the scents that you ordered in the last couple of months are going away. Would you like me to send you a list? Or do you want to, do you want to hear more or whatever, however you want to word that, and make sure that you are at least telling them, okay? And then also with the transition right now, we have the testers and the catalogs are on sale. So you'll want to grab those this month. And we still, like I said, we still have over a week left. So you still have plenty of time to get those in before they release, but you'll want to grab those this month while they're on sale because you're going to need them. And a lot of times some of the scents will stick around. So you'll have a plethora of testers and you're like, what do I do with all these testers, right? Because you have all these testers. So you can choose to either keep them and sample them out as we lead into the new transitions, like their scents, what am I saying? So like ice pine, very merry cranberry, those scents typically come back in the fall again. So you can keep those testers and then make samples with them at the end of this season or at the end of the new catalog season going into next fall. Or you can give them to your customers as thank you gifts for purchasing from you during this season and say, although these scents are going away, I know you really like it, so I wanted to give you an extra little thank you. And then they could just turn those testers over in their warmer and they can warm the wax, and then you can get rid of your testers or you can save them however you want to do that. In our team page, there's actually a little card that I don't think I created it. I've had it for a few years, so I don't think that I created it, but somebody did, and it says something like, although these scents are going away, I don't know, it's a discontinued card that you can staple to a baggie, and then you can put testers and stuff in there. Okay, so, but make sure that you are purchasing your new catalogs and your new testers because you want those going into the spring season. If for no other reason, then it's easier to sell it if you know what it smells like yourself. You can do a last chance, first glance scent event where you can go on and you can talk about the things that are going away, and then you can have your new testers and you can smell the new testers right with your new customers or right with your current customers, and you can talk about your favorite scents. And oh my gosh, I wish you guys could smell this tangerine creamsicle. It is so great. I don't know if you guys have smelled that, sidebar, but that one is so good. But it gives you a chance to talk about something that you love because you have that personal scent experience. Okay. And then, another idea that you can do right now with your customers, back to how are you telling your customers about the 10% off sale, is you can do sneak peeks of new things that are coming out. One of the things that I like to do is if I see a warmer or something in the catalog that I know one of my current customers is going to love, I send them a picture of it and I'm like, oh my gosh, look at this warmer. It totally made me think of you. Or if you have somebody that is looking for a specific style that we haven't had before, and you see a new one of those pictures, like a new warmer that fits that style, then this is the time you can be reaching out to them. Last July, we had the letterboard warmer. Last May, we had the Be Kind warmer. Both of those warmers sold out super fast, and both of those warmers are in the catalog. So if you were a consultant in May or July last year and you have customers that didn't get those warmers, you can reach out to them and let them know, oh my God, look what's coming out in the catalog. And then use that warmer as a booking incentive to, either create a personal shopping link for them or use it as a booking incentive for them to book a party. You could say, I will give you this warmer for half price, or we can get you this warmer for free, and use instead of using a booking or a party as far as the wording, use a scent event, or I can send you a personal shopping link. And then it doesn't sound so intimidating where they have to be like, oh my gosh, I have to do a Facebook party, you know, that's, I don't really know what to do, right? So if you just share it with them organically, then it's not as intimidating for them, okay? And then also right now is the time to be thinking about how it is that you are going to be sharing that new information with them. Like, how do you have a plan on how you're going to be sharing the new catalog? How are you going to be sharing these new scents with them? You know, right now, a lot of us are still, like, we're still not doing home parties because of COVID. You know, a lot of us are still in red states. I know for us, we're not doing a lot of home parties. You know, a lot of our events have been canceled. And, you know, and that's unfortunate, but what's your plan B? You know, we've been here for almost a year now. So hopefully you can, you know, it's not the ideal situation, but hopefully you've learned the best way with your customers to get that information out there. One of the things that I did, this is not my idea, I totally stole it from somebody, but they bought these clamshells on Amazon, and they are, I think it was $15 for 25 of them. So they were not super cheap, but they weren't, you know, they're not super expensive either. And what I did was I created this label. I'm going to try to put it, I don't know if you guys can see it. Okay, but I created a label on there, and it says Michelle's Fave VIP Sampler Spring Summer New Fragrances. And then it has my favorite. So it has Tangerine Clementine, Make a Splash, Sand Swept, Oh Snapdragon, Coastal Sunset, and Coral Waters. And so what I'm going to do is when they open it, I'm going to make wax samples and put those samples in there, and so they know exactly what they are. And then on the very bottom, and I'll post a copy of this on our team page, but on the very bottom I put a QR code here that will take them right to my website, and so they can, you know, order anything that they want to order. And then it also has on here buy 5 get 1 free, and it also says want to save 10% and earn more perks, join Scentsy Club. So this is all on this clamshell. And then of course, I did score before they sold out one of the scent new spring packs. So those came in today. I'm super excited. But I did, you know, I bought the new sales kit. So I have that wax. And then what I'm doing is my Scentsy Club members and also my VIP customers, they are all going to get one of these these right here, and a catalog in a padded envelope that I'm going to send them. So I'm actually sending out 15, I believe I have set up to send out. So this is one of the ways that I'm spoiling my customers and how I'm getting that information into their hands. And then of course, posting in, you know, my Facebook group and stuff like that. Another thing that I'm going to do is, I know you guys have all seen my emails that I send out with the Google Forms. I'm going to create a Google form with the new warmers only and the new wax only. And I'm going to send that out into an email as far as like a pre-order type of a situation to my customers. You can also do like some sort of a Facebook post to let them know that the spring catalog is coming out. I'm also going to, I have my sample club that I send out for all of my 3-month customers at the beginning. And I meant to grab one, I totally forgot. But at the beginning of the catalog season in their February sample pack, I do send out product sheets to all of those people. And then I create like this little thing on Canva that says, spring catalog, your spring catalog is here, or something like that. And then I just use cute washi tape and tape it to the front of the product sheet. And I send that to everybody. And then if they want a catalog on February 1st, you can send out a digital copy to those people. Or if they're like really good customers and you want to send them a catalog, you can do that too. A catalog does mail I've heard 1 stamp. I always put 2 stamps just because, you know, I want to be like for sure. So $1.10 right now, 55 cents. I have heard that you can send it with 1 stamp though, but I haven't tried that. But so I just do 2 stamps. So you can mail those out. If you do take those to the post office, they do charge you like $3 to mail a catalog. So don't do that. Put them in. You can actually use with the catalog, you can actually use stickers to catalog or to stick them shut, and then just slap a label, the mailing label and the stamp right on the back side of it. It is actually already set up that way, so that's why the back of it is blank, so that you can, or not blank, but it has like no pictures and stuff. They're very strategic with where they place stuff on the back of the catalog, so that you can mail those. So whatever you have planned, make sure that you are keeping track. And then also, you guys know that I'm big on tracking numbers, and I'm big on tracking this information. And I'm like, we talk about all the time, what are you going to do to prep for next month? What are you going to do to prep for the end of the month? Write down what it is that you are doing, so that when you come time going into the next catalog season, you can decide, did that work for me this time? What do I want to do differently? Reflect, but take the ideas, try it once. And if it works, great. If it doesn't work, make sure that you take note of that too, so that you can figure out what it is that you want to do the next time. Okay. I'm very big on reflection. I'm very big on making sure that you know what is working for you, because you know what, here's the thing. I don't have a lot of money to spend. I don't have a lot of money to waste, and I'm not about to throw a bunch of money trying to figure out, if something that didn't work for me, why would I want to continue to spend money doing something that didn't work for me? So I want to make sure that I know that it's working for me before I continue to invest my money. Okay. So those are my ideas for how I'm running into the transition for the end of the month. I'm absolutely 1 week left, still reaching out to my customers, getting all of my business supplies, getting my samples together, going into February. And then hopefully with the email and stuff that I'm sending out, then I get some pre-orders as well. And then that new, the scent of the warmer of the month for February is so cool. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how that works too, so that I can share that with my customers as well. So Amy, since I have you on here, do you have any questions for me? Is there anything that you wanted me to expand on or anything like that? What is your, so far, because I know that you're a planner and I know that you've really been working on your, your business plan. What is your plan that you have so far of I know that you're doing the last chance first glance scent event. What is your next step as far as what's your plan for February?
So I'm going to start mailers in February. That's the big thing. And then I've got some people that I know fall and winter scents, it was their first time ordering. So I need to do some reaching out to them this week and into next week. And then I'm going to kind of promote the new catalog coming out a little bit, because I know that I have somebody who was asking about the Yoda warmer, and I was like, dude, that sold out months ago.
Super fast, yeah.
So I might try to see what Star Wars stuff is there and promote that a little bit. So that's kind of my plan. And then my family is I'm going to go see family. So they're going to be able to my cousin's going to do a little something for me there. So I'm hoping that'll help build up clientele. Awesome. But the big plan is checking in, promoting what I know people would like, and the mailers.
Absolutely. That's a great plan. Absolutely. One of the things that I would do as you're talking to people and following up, I didn't say this, but this is definitely a big one, is talking about Scentsy Club, using it you know, especially because you have a lot of first-time customers. First of all of your customers are first-time customers to you, but you have a lot of people that were trying stuff, you know, first-time triers. Really like talk about Scentsy Club and talk about the perks of Scentsy Club as far as like they get 10% off forever. You know, as long as their order is $30 in their Scentsy Club, they get 10% off of that every single month. They don't have to get it just in January. They get it 10% off. And then one of the things that I do is I make sure to have my own Scentsy Club so that I have the experience of exactly how it works and stuff. And I know that we've talked about that. But one of the things that I do as well in my Scentsy Club is, and you can, like, this could be a tip for as you're talking to your customers, is every single bar that I have in my Scentsy Club, every single one is discontinued. If it is current, I don't have it in my Scentsy Club. When I find out that it's going to be current, I remove it from my Scentsy Club. At the end of the season, so like right now, we know what scents are coming out in February, right? Some of the scents that I had in my Scentsy Club for the fall was Bonfire Beach. That's one of my all-time favorites. French Lavender. Those two mixed together are heaven in my nose. So I have those two bars in my Scentsy Club. Camu, Skinny Dippin'. What I squeezed the day back when it was like, you know, before I found out that it was coming back in, like, not this past spring, but the spring before. It didn't come out in the fall. So that was in my Scentsy Club. So I only have discontinued scents. But as soon as I see they're coming back, I remove them from my Scentsy Club so that I can use Hostess rewards and stuff while they're current, and I don't have to have them in my Scentsy Club. So that's one of the things that you can tell your customers, you know, if they love it. And, you know, because here's the thing that we don't know. We have no idea what is coming back. We only know what's going away, and we can't assume that just because all of our customers like Christmas Cottage, that is one that's going to come back, because you know what, there have been scents that we thought were crowd favorites and they never came back. Like Thunderstorm was one that was in the catalog like since the very beginning. It's been discontinued like 2 or 3 times, but the last time it was discontinued was 3 years ago and it hasn't come back. So we can't assume that just because it's always in the fall that it will come back in the fall. So making sure that they know that, suggesting, you know, adding it to their Scentsy Club just to get 10% off, even if they do it every 3 months, then they will at least make sure that they get it just in case it doesn't come back. And I've also made the huge mistake of having something in my Scentsy Club. It was discontinued, removing it because I thought that I had enough of it, and then realized this, like, okay, it's cranberry and tinsel. That's what that's the one thing that so I had it in my Scentsy Club. It was a brick 2-3 years ago. I added it into my Scentsy Club. I got it for a few months. And then last Christmas, not 2020, but 2019, I melted it and I was like, I don't know. So I removed it from my Scentsy Club. And then 2020, I melted it and I was like, oh my God, I love this scent. Why did I remove it from my Scentsy Club? And it was just one bar that I was getting every 2 months. But oh man, I kicked myself because I realized how much I love it. So making sure that our customers know the benefits of that Scentsy Club is really big as you're reaching out to them the last week of this month, because you never know if it's coming back, unfortunately. Okay, and the other perk that I like about Scentsy Club, this is one of the things that I do too, is if there is a like a promotion, like we just had the the Best Pals couple of Scentsy bars, or the Scents of the Season when it came out in the fall. If, you know, a lot of times that stuff sells out, but it's still available in Scentsy Club. So I'll add a couple bars to my Scentsy Club. And then when I get it in, I decide, do I love this? Do I want to keep it in my Scentsy Club? or is it something that I can sell to a customer that might like it more? So I'm very strategic with what I add to my Scentsy Club. And then you can also if it's a brick, like back in October, we had that, the Johnny Appleseed brick that came out. Now Johnny Appleseed is back, which is awesome, but it was a brick that sold out in 20 minutes in October, right? But because it came out in a brick, you could add bars of it to your Scentsy Club. And that is a perk as well. And then you also get the added bonus of, if you love a scent, there are probably like 15 or so scents that you can get a brick of. You can get a brick of Luna. You can get a brick of Skinny Dippin'. You can get a brick of Blueberry Cheesecake. Some of the classics, you can get those in bricks only through Scentsy Club. So keeping that stuff in mind as you're following up with your customers. All right. Okay, well, that is all I have for you guys tonight. I hope that some of these tips have helped you close out your month and helped you really get your brain going of what your beginning of your February is going to look like. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Post them in our team page. I will be sending this out in an email as well. So feel free to respond to the email. And then I will also post in our team page that Facebook group, the tax Facebook group, because that is super helpful. And especially right now as we're closing up our going into a new year. All right. So if there are no other questions for me tonight, okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on with me live today, Amy. And thank you for anybody that is watching the replay. I'm happy that you invested in your business. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited for World Tour tomorrow. So yay. Okay, you guys have a wonderful night and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.